Hello students, I am Sunny sir from Mahdi English School. Our today's video is for class 3 subject English. Before starting the video, I would like to share something with you. See, this is the time of the disease which is spreading. So please stay indoors. Please do not go out of the house unnecessarily. Please do not eat the food outside. Eat the food which is cooked at home. That is the best food and that is the safest thing that you can do now. Take care of yourself and your family and watch the videos regularly which are being sent to you. You can see the videos on television or it is also there on the group, on the WhatsApp. So please regularly keep watching the videos. Whenever you have the time, you can just search the WhatsApp, you will get the videos. And after watching the videos, please complete the homework as sent in the group. So, before we start, let us read one thought. Education is the movement from darkness to light. So, what is the meaning of this thought? The meaning of this thought is someone who is in darkness, someone who doesn't have knowledge of something is in darkness. But when the person gets knowledge, when the person is educated, then he will come to light. It is just like rising sun after a scary night. So when you study, when you get education, when you are educated, you will be able to bring yourself out from the darkness to light. And with the help of your knowledge, others will surely get advantage and they will learn something from you. So education is must. In today's video, we are going to cover these topics, that is summary about the story, the apple dumpling. So we already understood this summary in the previous lecture. We also completed the reading, the difficult words pronunciation have been given in the previous video. So today I will just tell you the summary, what is there in the story in short, and after telling you the summary, we will review the contents of the previous video. In the previous video, the exercises which we have completed, we will just review that contents, we will just have a glance at them. And after that, finally, we will solve the textual exercises which are pending, the exercises which are given after the chapter gets over. It is in the textbook, that are called textual exercises of the lesson. And after that, we will start with the fair book notes discussion, like the notes which have to be written in the fair book. We will discuss that. We had already started with hard words, so we will continue with the discussion. So let us start with the first topic. Chapter number 3, the apple dumpling. The summary in short about the story. What is there in the story? The apple dumpling is written by Maud Lindsay. It is a story about an old woman and her wish to eat her favorite dish, that is apple dumplings. With a heart of gold and a few plums from her tree, she sets out to trade and find apples to cook for the dish. She sets out with the basket of plums and she wants to search apples so that she can cook the dish apple dumpling for dinner. She has the heart of gold, means she is very helpful. On her journey, the old woman meets a number of people, none of whom have apples to exchange with her. No one has apples to give her. Still, she helps them all. She trades her plums, she exchanges her plums for a bag of feathers with a woman who wanted to make plum jelly. Then she exchanges feathers with a couple who wanted to make pillow for their grandfather. So there she exchanges feathers for bunch of flowers. She gets a bouquet in return, means she gets a bunch of flowers, that is called bouquet. Then she exchanges the bunch of flowers with a young lord for a gold chain. The young lord, the young man, gives the lady gold chain and the lady gives flowers to that young lord. After getting the gold chain, she moves ahead and then she sees a poor family sitting on the road. She gives away the chain to a poor family with no bread to eat. The family doesn't have anything to eat, so the lady has the heart of gold. She gives the chain to them. In return, she gets a puppy, the young one of a dog. In return, she gets a puppy. Finally, she meets a lonely old man in need of a dog for companion. So finally, in the end of the story, we see the lady meets an old man who wants a dog as the companion, and the old man lives alone in the cottage. The man had fine apple tree in the house. So this man had very fine, very beautiful apple tree growing in the garden. So in return for the puppy, the old woman gets apples from this old man, and he gives apples to the old woman, and the old woman goes home and makes apple dumpling for herself, and finally she says that if you try hard and you don't give up, finally you can get what you want. You can achieve anything what you want. This is the end of the story. And in this story we also understood what is a barter system. Barter system means how people can get the things what they need, exchanging the things. That is called barter system. Now we shall continue with the exercise. So in the previous video we also covered these MCQs. We completed, there were 5 MCQs and we completed these MCQs. And after that we had also played pronunciation game, how to pronounce the word like feather, though, thing, thumb, and we had written 5 examples for each kind of pronunciation. Then we had studied vocabulary. In vocabulary what did we study? We had studied the opposite words, antonyms, meaning old, young, that is the opposite. And we also completed this exercise. What was the exercise about? Exercise was about the opposites like strength, weakness, ugly, beautiful. We had completed this exercise, and we had also seen the hard words. So now let us continue with the grammar part of the textbook. Let us see the grammar part of the textbook. A pronoun takes the place of a noun in the sentence. So what is the pronoun? The pronoun is the word which is used instead of the noun. For example, what are the pronouns which are given over here? I, we, you, he, she, it, they. These are all called pronouns. Which are the pronouns? I, we, you, he, she, it, and they. These 7 words are called pronouns. There are other pronouns as well. So there are many other pronouns, but we have got examples of 7 pronouns: I, we, you, he, she, it, they. So what is the use of the pronoun? Let us read these pairs of sentence and understand. I gave the young woman plums. The young woman gave me some feathers in return. So can you see I and me? These are pronouns. We are going to the fair. The Sharma family will be meeting us there. So we and us. You give Rajiv some apples. Seema will give you a puppy. So you and you, these are pronouns. He was upset. The jeweler had not given him the gold ring as promised. So he and him, these are pronouns. She hoped to get apples. The young lord gave her a gold chain instead. So she and her, these are pronouns. It is a juicy apple. Try it. So it and it, these are again pronouns. They are planning a trip to Europe. Manish wants to join them. So they and them, these are pronouns. In these sentences above, all the words in green are called pronouns. So what is the use of these pronouns? Do you know what are pronouns? You saw the examples. These are the 7 pronouns given in the paragraph. But what is the use of the pronoun and how to use these pronouns? Let me tell you. So pronouns are the words which are used instead of nouns. Means if you don't want to use anyone's name or anything's name, then you can use these pronouns. For example, if I say Manish lost his book. So Manish is the name of a boy. So with the name of the boy we write he. So instead of saying Manish lost his book, I can say he lost his book. Instead of Manish, I will say he lost his book. So for boy we use he. For the girl we use she. For example, Sheetal gave me a pen. So Sheetal is a girl. So for girl I will write she. Sheetal gave me a pen. So now let me write pronoun. She gave me a pen. Instead of Sheetal I am writing she. She gave me a pen. So pronouns are used instead of nouns. If you want to just write pronouns, you will have to remove the names from the sentence. One more example I will give you. The ball is red in color. So ball is a thing. So for thing we write it. If it is a thing we write it. So the ball is of red color. So instead of the ball I will write it. It is of red color. Why? Because the ball is a thing. So for thing we write it. Then we and they are used for so many, means more than one. For example, the students are writing an essay. So instead of the students we can say they, because more than one. So they are writing an essay. And I means singular, one. I have completed my work, means you are talking about yourself, no one else. I is singular, one person. You can be singular and plural. You all are doing your work. You are doing your work. So you can be singular and plural, both. Now based on these pronouns, let us complete one exercise. See the heading. Fill in the blanks with suitable pronouns. So the pronouns which we have learnt, I, we, you, he, she, it, him, her, all that pronouns we have to write in the blanks. In the suitable blanks we have to write the appropriate pronouns. So let us read the blanks one by one and understand and write the answer. First one. Ram and I left at 4 o'clock since Dash had to go for football practice. So what is the person? How many persons are over there? Ram and I. So is it one person or more than one? Ram and I means more than one. See here, Ram and I. So it is about two people. So more than one is given. So we have to write we. If one was given, then we can write I. But here it is more than one. So we have to write we. Let me write the answer. What is the answer? V, W, E. But W should not be capital because it is not the first alphabet. So I'll place it over here. V. Ram and I left at 4 o'clock since we had to go for football practice. So instead of these names, see these are nouns. So instead of nouns, I can use pronoun. We means Ram and I. These two are replaced with we, pronoun. Number 2. The children walked fast so that Dash could reach school on time. The children, is it one or many? Children is more than one. It is plural because the singular is child. So children means more than one. Let me underline the subject. The children. The children walked fast so that Dash could reach on time. So it is more than one. So what do we write for children? We have to write they. So let us write the second answer, T-H-E-Y, they, and place it in the blank because it is the children, more than one person. Then number 3, Dash studied hard for his test. Dash studied hard for his test. So now let us say a boy studied hard or a girl studied hard. Anyone can study hard, right? So we can write he or we can write she. So what do you want to write? Let us write he over here. He studied hard. So let me write the answer H-E. And can you see I have written H capital. Do you know why have I written H capital? Because it is the first alphabet of the sentence. See, the sentence is starting with he. So H should be capital. He studied hard for his test. Number 4. The house is beautiful. Dash is painted blue. See, the house is beautiful. Dash is painted blue. So what is the subject over here? The house. So I will underline the subject, the house. And which pronoun should we write over here? Because it is the house, it is a non-living thing. Right? House is not a living thing. So for non-living things and for the other things we write it. So we shall write the answer I-T, it. But I will not be capital because it is not the first alphabet. So make sure you write I in lowercase, not in capital. So as you can see I have written IT, it, because it is a thing, a non-living thing. Then number 5, Dash went to the market to buy herself a bag. So herself, see the word over here, herself, means it is about the girl, it is not about the boy. Because if boy would be there, it would be himself. So the girl is there. So for the girl, which pronoun do we use? For the boy we use he. For the girls we use she. So let us write the answer over here. She. S-H-E. She. And again one more thing you have to be very careful. I have written first alphabet capital because it is the first word of the line. She is the first word of the line. So S has to be capital. If it was about a boy, we would have written he, but here it is herself. So we have written she. Number 6, the last one. Tomorrow, dash can come with me to the market to choose your birthday present. So tomorrow, dash can come with me. So who can come with me? Tomorrow, who can come? See, can you see any other pronoun in the sentence? Like here, herself is given. Any other pronoun can you see in the sentence? Yes, I can see one more pronoun. That is your. So as I can see the pronoun your, for your we have to write you. If herself is there, we write he. Himself, we write he. So for your, we have to write you. From that 7 pronouns that we have studied so far, from your, which is the matching pronoun? You. Tomorrow, you can come with me to the market to choose your birthday present. So see, I am writing the answer and it will not be capital because it is not the first alphabet. Y, O, U. U. I placed it over here. Okay. Why? Because your is given and with your we have to write you. With your you cannot write any other pronoun. Always remember, we have to find out if any other pronoun is there in the sentence. Like here, pronoun was there, herself. So girl was there, we have written she. Same way here, your is there, so we write you. So this is the exercise based on types of pronouns that we have studied. How many pronouns we have studied? I, we, you, he, she, it and they, and all these are called pronouns. Now you know what are pronouns? Pronouns are used in the place of noun in the sentence. One more interesting exercise based on the topic we have studied now, pronouns. See, what is the heading given over here? Tick the correct option to complete the sentences. We have to tick mark the option. 2 options are given in each of the sentences and we have to tick mark, we have to underline or we can just tick mark the correct option. Right? And it is based on the explanation of pronouns that we have just completed before this page. Now, first one. Ram and Raj carried some snacks with dash. So Ram and Raj, this is the subject. So we'll underline. What is the subject? Ram and Raj. It is the subject part. Who is doing the action? Ram and Raj are doing action. So more than one. It is plural. So we can write they or them. So Ram and Raj carried the snacks with them. So which is the correct answer? Them. That is our correct answer. So we underline them. This is the correct answer because it is in subjective part. See, this is the subject and it is objective part. Ram and Raj and Ram carried some snacks with them. So who carried? Ram and Raj. So Ram and Raj we have to write here them because here is the action being received. Next, the principal called dash to her room. The principal called dash to her room. What should we write over here? Called us to the room. When principal calls some of the students from the class, then the students can say the principal called us. They cannot say the principal called we because it is subjective part. Here we have to write objective part. Us. So let us underline the correct answer, that is us. The principal called us to her room. Next one. The students realized that dash could do the project easily. So the students realized that dash could do the project. Students means it is more than one. See, students here S is there means it is plural. So what shall we write over here? The students realized that they could do the project easily. They is the correct answer. They could do the project easily. More than one, we have written they. Next, let's keep this secret between you and dash. So the secret between 2 people. So that one of the person is saying, let us keep the secret between you and I. No, you and me. Yes, me is the correct answer. Let us keep the secret between you and me. Means the secret should be there between the 2 persons. The secret between 2 is God's secret. And the secret between 3 is known to all. So the secret which your friends share with you, you should keep up to yourself. Next, dash lent dash her textbook. So here she or her is given, here he or him is given. So what should we write? She lent her she lent dash her textbook. Why do we write she over here? See, one more pronoun is there. As I told you, check the pronoun. Her is there. So when her is there, we have to write about the girl, that is she. Her and her cannot come together. Here already one her is given. So we cannot write one more her over here. So we have to write she. Let us underline the answer. She. She lent him her textbook. So we cannot also write she lent he her textbook. Lent means to give. So she lent him her textbook. She lent him her textbook. Because here pronoun was there, I have used she. Next one, number 6, the last. Dash can invite dash for the party. So who can invite whom for the party? We. Because we cannot just speak like us can invite. No, that is the wrong English. So what is the correct English? We. We can invite him for the party. We can also not write like we can invite he for the party. That will be wrong. So let us underline the correct answer. We can invite him for the party. That is the correct answer. So as you can see, I have underlined all the 6 answers for you. These are the pronouns. So our next topic is punctuation. What is the meaning of punctuation? Capital letter, the full stop, the comma, all these are punctuation, and we use punctuation in all the subjects for writing. In English, grammar, in any other subject, punctuation are very important. So let us start with punctuation. All the sentences and proper nouns always start with a capital letter. So if I speak your name, for example, Raj is a boy. So Raj is the name of a boy. It is a proper noun. So R should be capital. For example, if I say the Taj Mahal is a beautiful monument. So when I write Taj Mahal, T should be capital and M should be capital. Why? Because it is a proper noun. So what are proper noun? Names of person, place, animals or things. That are the proper nouns. Then what is given? Proper noun should start with capital letter. Always proper noun should start with capital letter. For example, walking along King's Highway, the old woman met a young lord. So can you see over here, H is capital, K is capital, W is capital. So why is W capital? Because it is the first alphabet of the sentence. That you already know. But why is K and H capital? Because this is the name of the street, the name of the highway. As I told you, the name of a person, place, animal or thing. So this is the name of a place, King's Highway. So K capital, H capital. Same way Bhavnagar is the name of a city. So B capital. Then all the statements end with a full stop. When you complete the sentence, what should you put? Full stop. Compulsory there should be a full stop when you complete the sentence. Otherwise your sentence is not complete without full stop. All the world is give and take. See, this is also the sentence from the lesson. All the world is give and take. The lady, the old woman said this sentence when she exchanged for 4 times. So there is full stop. Can you see over here? Full stop. Very minute it is, but I hope you can see this is a full stop. Because the sentence gets over. So it is compulsory to put punctuation mark, and that is full stop. Items or names in the list are separated by comma. So if so many things are there in the list, so many things, more than 1 or more than 2, then we need to put comma. For example, the old woman needed flour, butter, sugar and apples to make apple dumpling. So she needed so many things. As you can see, flour, then she needed butter, sugar, apples. So how many things are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So everywhere, see, as you can see, comma is given. Can you see over here, comma? Because this is the list of items. 4 items are there. And when final thing is there, when the last thing is there, we only put and. But here comma is there. Why? Because it is the list. It is the list separated by commas. We do not place comma before the last item in the list. We use and. So as I said, the last item is apples, the last thing. So before that we have to put and rest all other places we put comma. Exercise. Rewrite with correct punctuation. We have to read all these 6 sentences and we have to write the punctuation mark like full stop, comma, capital letter. We have to make correction. there is some mistake in all the 6 sentences. So let us start quickly. Jenny spent her summer holidays in Dehradun. So can you see the J should be capital, D should be capital, because Jenny, it is the name of a person. So J should be capital and Dehradun's D should be capital. Next one, I plan on taking swimming lessons from Sunday. So here also I should be capital because it is the first alphabet, and Sunday, it is the name of the day. So S should be capital, and here we will put full stop. Same way here we will put full stop. Number 3, Rahul, Megha, James and I went to the museum yesterday. So here so many names are there. More than 2 names are there, right? 4 names actually. 3 and 1 is pronoun. So we have to put comma after Rahul, Megha, James and I. So here we will put comma. And all the first alphabet should be capital. Rahul R capital, Megha M capital, James J capital and I capital. And here we put full stop. May, June and July are the hottest months of the year. So here it is the name given of the months. So M capital, J capital, again J capital and here comma. And here we put full stop. Brozo is my pet dog. He loves chewing on slippers. So what is the name of the dog? Bozo, as you can see the dog. So B capital, it is the name of a dog. And after dog we put full stop. Then H capital. And here at last we put full stop again. Then last, number 6. He told me that the Solar Jung Museum opens at 10 in the morning. So first alphabet capital, H capital. Then here Salarjung is the name of the museum, right? It is the name of a place. So S capital, J capital, M capital. And in the end we put full stop over here. Now as I said, the fair book exercise, first see the heading, the chapter 3, the apple dumpling. So yesterday we had discussed hard words. Now today after hard words we will discuss meanings. Let us see the meanings. Hard words we already discussed in the previous video. So the first meaning, yelled, shouted. So to yell means to shout. The boys were yelling in the class when teacher was not there, means they were shouting. Then next one, number 2 is bargain, deal, means to exchange. The old lady bargained plums for feathers. So that is called bargaining, to exchange. My friend bargained a pencil for a pen, to exchange. Then number 3, supper, dinner. Supper is something which you have, the nasta, or you can say the snacks you have in the evening, the light meal. So I had the supper while I was very hungry in the evening. So that is called dinner. Actually, dinner is something we eat at night, but supper we can say dinner because it is eaten after, means almost the sun sets, that is evening time. So some people eat dinner very early at 7 or 8. So that is supper. I had my supper while I was very hungry in the evening. Next, companion, partner. So now companion you can also say your friend. So books are our best companion. Why? Because we learn so many things from the books. We get knowledge from the books, and we get to learn so many other good habits from the books. So books are the best companion for human beings. They are the best partners, best friends you can ever have. Then number 5, crumb, a tiny piece. So crumb is a small piece of something. You can say the lady went home and cooked apple dumpling and she ate to the last crumb and she said yum. So the crumb means the tiny piece of something. Give me a crumb of the cake, please. Or you can say the dog ate the crumb of the cake, means the tiny piece of the cake he ate. So these are 5 meanings. Let us quickly just have a glance. Yelled, shouted, bargain, deal, supper, dinner, companion, partner, crumb, a tiny piece. So what did we study in today's video? Today we understood the summary. I told you the summary of chapter 3 again, the apple dumpling, about the story in short. And after reading that story, what did we do? We just reviewed the concepts of the previous video. What we had done in the previous video, we just revised. And after that, we solved the textual exercise of grammar of the English textbook. And after that, finally, we solved the meanings which are to be written in the fair book. Now, take care, all of you. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you.